Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. You know, the wise man once said something that you should never ever let the fear of being striked out keep you from playing the game. And that is exactly what I think this is all about for Olori Naomi. We got a report making rounds again on social media that Olori Naomi's family with the Ooni of Ife's oldest brother, the fair handsome one, and Reverend Esther Ajai had a meeting pertaining the forthcoming wedding between Ooni of Ife and Olori Naomi. Now, if this information we keep hearing is the truth, it means that, what people have always expected for Naomi and what, Naomi's family had always thought about Naomi would come to pass at the end of the day. Now, I started by saying that the white man had said something before that you should never let the fear of being striked out of the game keep you from playing the game. At some point, Nami went through so much that she almost gave up. Like she gave up completely on that relationship, that marriage, because who wouldn't, when you see all of these women coming up and, fighting so hard to keep the same marriage that was once everything that you had, and your husband not being there for you, not supporting you, and all of that, who wouldn't give up on such a marriage? But you know that God, no matter what happens, God never leaves his own. No matter what happens, there's always, a silver lining at the end of every dark cloud. We are hearing right now, allegedly, that preparations are ongoing to do Queen Naomi's wedding. That the elder brother had gone to meet Reverend Esther Ajai and Olori Naomi's family. They've gone because preparations for that wedding is ongoing, since she has agreed that they should go ahead and run the wedding for her. But Reverend Esther Ajay said to be talking to Queen Naomi that it is not over until it is over, that she should not lose her guard, that she must understand that if there is any reason to be around and be in this marriage is the fight, that there's nothing good that comes easily or that comes easy, that the reason why there have been this serious combat in that marriage has been because of how great, how worthy this whole thing is, that she needs to put on, the brass plate, the helmet of, God, and stand in the days of adversity. That right now, these are the days of adversity for her, even though this one looks great with the help of the king who is standing by her. Queen Naomi has been through a lot that you and I know about, but right now it does seem as if tides are coming in pleasant places for Queen Naomi. Everything is all about Queen Naomi, and the greatest thing that has happened with this is that they said she is in that place where she is ready to fight for what she has. That she said, if the entire world is fighting for her, why will she not fight for herself? Now we see the wives who were asked to leave the palace. We see how much they are fighting to keep their position in the palace, to ensure that they do not leave. You see the boost that has been going on. It's not been easy. Now, it's only a very strong woman that can stand up to the challenges that Olori Naomi has stood up to. Naomi has fought the lion in its own backyard. Naomi has gone through so much, but with prayers, supplications, to God, there is nothing that God cannot do. God has been there for Queen Naomi through thick and thin. Look at what is going on right now. At the time where Olori Toby had the twins, where we thought that everything would be over, because a lot of people were thinking that this is all about Tadenikawo. If Oni had had another boy, he probably would not be going after Queen Naomi like this. But look at what is going on. Oni is going on with Queen Naomi. Queen Naomi this, Queen Naomi that. They said everything he says, everything he speaks, everything he says is all about Queen Naomi, how much he loves Queen Naomi and how much he wants to be with Queen Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy just from the sauce and still on the rails. Dela rights, my Dela rights, my Dela rights, my super people. Dela rights, my Dela rights, my Dela rights, my super people. How are you guys doing? Happy New Week to you. I appreciate you guys so much. May God bring you good tidings. May God bless you. May all your desires come to pass in Jesus' name. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for always being here, for always returning back to this channel. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Now, I speak with utmost respect on this, matter on ground. And I also like to reiterate that this is all alleged information. I am not living in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, neither do I have anyone who is living there, okay? These are all alleged information, and I like to say to daily right, whatever news you see on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so we are hearing that, preparations are ongoing to, perfect the marriage, the wedding between the Ooni of Ife. They said that the proposition is still for her to return back to the palace next month ending. That is the end of June. And right now, Ooni of Ife does not want her to just return into the palace, like move out and move in. Ooni of Ife wants to celebrate her back. Ooni of Ife wants to honor her back. Ooni of Ife wants that wedding to go on. And we heard that, the wedding thing has been back and forth, because at first she did not agree. She wanted to come back to the palace first, but Ooni kept insisting. And now I think the reason why Ooni is insisting, from what people are saying, happens to be because of the fact that they said Naomi is a woman that honors God, that if Naomi stands before the altar of God to make a vow to, hold Ooni before God till death do them part, that Naomi would never ever find a reason to leave Ooni. That when Ooni went and did the bride price payment for Olori Naomi, if he had made provision to get married to Naomi in church, Naomi wouldn't have left. And so I think that made a statement in the mind of the monarch. And right now, for Naomi to return back into the palace, they said the monarch is insisting that they have to go to church. And they said, allegedly, as we are hearing, as it is rumored, that Reverend Funke Ajai refused to wed them. And Reverend Funke Ajai said that she would probably be able to wed them. They would probably be able to wed them if other wives are no longer in the palace. But since the other wives are still in the palace, that her own doctrine will not allow it. And so Reverend Esther Ajai agreed to do the wedding, but also on the same condition that the women will not be in the palace. But in the days ahead, we are going to see a lot of changes, because right now it's beginning to look as if gradually they are beginning to accept the fact that they may not be in the palace. I see, even though the fight is still there, even though Reverend Esther Ajai is alleged to have warned Olori Naomi not to let her guard down, that things will still happen, like unimaginable things, unthinkable things will still be happening, because they are going to fight and ensure that, that does not happen. But the thing is that nobody is above God. That happens to be the counsel that Reverend Esther Ajai gave Queen Naomi, that Queen Naomi needs to be very careful. That one of the greatest things that Queen Naomi has done, it's not agreeing to return back to the palace before all of these things. That recently they brought another, I don't know what to call it, with due respect, maybe it's politics, but they say that is for Queen Naomi's safety, for Kabiesi's safety, and that can never be, lowered. Okay, that's very important, that it has to be only Olori Naomi that cooks food for the Ooni of Ife for some days while he goes through a certain kind of ritual, that it has to be only Naomi, that no other person should cook for Ooni of Ife, because of certain reasons that is best known to them. And so with that, that for that to be happening when Naomi would be in Akure or the royal palace, would have been very difficult, but they said Naomi agreed to come back to Akure so that can work better. And so let's see what happens. But what we are celebrating right now as we are hearing, if all the information we keep hearing on social media is true, is the fact that they are making arrangements to conclude wedding plans so Queen Naomi can return back to her matrimonial home in June. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.